Alright, today I want to do a video of what's going on in the heavens for the month of June. And I'm actually delighted to do this because so much of the information that I get from the stars when I'm looking at them and feeling the energies that's coming from them in the different elements for the past couple of years, my attention has been drawn to Gemini, and the information I've been getting has been disturbing to me, to say the least, because it's the evil side of it. Everything has this dualistic nature that really seems to be embedded in that constellation because of the twins, how everything is divided and how duality is presented to us, and it being the first heaven, and this evil that comes from there that we're actually dealing with in the world today. And I have an extreme prejudice where Gemini is concerned, especially Mercury in Gemini, because I know how the powers that be are misusing this energy. And this is the mind. Mercury, that's our mind, that's our intellect, the way we think, our learning, our knowing, not actually the doing of it, but just knowledge, the knowledge of good and evil. And it seems like so much of the evil has been presented to me that, and I have been struggling with this personally, that I know there's good there. I really, really do. But I've had trouble, or that side has been kept from me, hidden from me, not revealed to me, so that I focus on what's going on in the world. And so today I'm very relieved, because when I turn it on, and it's like an ink blot test, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you see this? And it was love is in the air. And I was so glad, because I've been asking for this to show me the good. I know it's there. I know so many Gemini people that are so good people. And I know it's a choice we all make. These are our natures. This is the nature within all of us, this duality. You have a choice between doing the right thing and doing the wrong thing, period. And that is expressed in Gemini. And so I'm very thankful to see this set up today. It started yesterday when Mercury moved into Gemini. And I'm absolutely thrilled to be able to give this to you. And it affects me personally in another way, because I don't get to the post office much, but I have to go at the first of the month to get my water bill to pay it. And I received some kratom. And I'm very thankful for it. It really touched me to the point that somebody, just an off-topic comment of something personal I made about myself in the last video, and this person took the time to get the kratom and then go to the post office and sent it to me, that they cared enough to do that. So I was very touched, and I thank you. I've already got mine, but I have a backup now, and that safety net even feels good, that won't happen to me again, because those 5 days almost floored me. It was worse than being in labor, because at least then you get a break between the contractions. So it feels good to have that, and thank you very much for doing that for me. I appreciate it more than you know. Jupiter, Venus, and Mercury all in the first heaven. What can I say? Love is in the air. That's exactly what was revealed to me. The Sun in Taurus, which is in the house of the heart. But we have the heart chakra, our desires, and Mercury, which is the messenger. It's good news for a change. And don't get me wrong, because June, this We're coming up on that 611 again, and that's something we always have to watch. But it also brings to mind a verse that all things work to the good for those who love him. And things may seem good that turn out bad, but in the long run, it's what you really needed anyway. Now, Gemini is a mutable sign, so that's change. This is a change in our hearts and our desires, the desires of our hearts. And the messengers here, it's almost like Cupid, bringing love, a new love, a restoration of an old love, literally the desires of your heart. And what better news could be than that? With the sun shining in the constellation of the heart of the earth is Taurus. The heart of heaven is Libra. But today, it's attached to the desires of the heavens, of the first heaven, which is the air, literally, that we breathe. It's from the ground under the dome. That's the first heaven. So love is definitely in the air. We also have Uranus here with the sun in Taurus, which is fixed earth. It's very grounded. It's very calm. It's immovable, unshakable, firm, fixed. It's fixed. The only thing we really have to keep our eye on is that Mars, again, in cardinal fire. You know how emotions can pop off here. And especially if there's some kind of love triangle going on, it can trigger emotions. But again, this fire here, just like Gemini, it has a dual aspect. That it can burn you to the ground, literally. And you have to become that phoenix out of the ashes. That's something new. Or it can purify you. It purifies everything. This cardinal fire does. In the end, in the long run, that's what it's doing in the big picture. Saturn, still with Neptune in Pisces. Again, the unmasking. Now, this Saturn is what they call in Vedic astrology squaring. In alchemy, we tell you they're on the same mutable cross. It's at a 90-degree angle, so they are aspecting each other at that 90-degree angle, which is the head and the hand. You get that L, that 90. So you've always got that imagination and that crown chakra who's over here. As Jupiter is expansion, Saturn is contraction. Less is more. It's that as Jupiter gives, Saturn's taking away. And sometimes the takeaway is exactly what we needed. And again, the imagination here with Saturn, and they work so close together in alchemy, the crown and the imagination. It's almost like Neptune is Saturn's, what I call Saturn's right-hand man. They're above the body. They're above the intellect, or even our consciousness that we access here in this realm. Both of these are above that. But went back to Mercury, because when I first turned on Stellarium and looked at it, when you think about Mercury as the messenger, the first thing that comes to mind is don't shoot the messenger. And in this setup today, it was more like, not like don't shoot the messenger, but instead of the messenger or Cupid bringing the flowers, they're giving the flowers to the messenger. They're thanking the messenger. It's good news. It's good news. You tip the messenger, I guess. I don't know. If the guy brings you the telegram, you thank him, you tip him. That was the energy that I felt from this love is in the air dynamic that's going on. Again, I was very, very relieved to have the opportunity to experience this for myself personally, because I have really been on a battle internally where Mercury and Gemini are concerned. So personally, I'm much relieved. So it's already good news for me. Now I'll keep my guard up because I know what the powers that be are doing, and these are the energies they work off of. And I also know that they use the things that we love against us. And I can speak from personal experience on that. They used my love of really people who didn't give a shit about me against myself, because I cared about them whether they cared about me or not. That I still cared about them and was willing to sacrifice what I wanted, what I believed, and what I thought for their benefit rather than my own. And it was all to no avail, really, as far as I'm concerned, but we really don't know the end of the story till we get to the end of the story, because especially the story of the mutable cross, because there's so many twists and turns. You never know what's coming next, and that's why I warn you. We have a 6/11 coming up, so always keep your guard up. Let me throw a big 6/11 up here just to see what it looks like, what's going to shift here. All right, almost a Venus-Jupiter conjunction, but still that same dynamic going on. Everybody's still in Gemini. The sun's still in Taurus. Mars moving along. You know, the moon is in Pisces on that day on the mutable cross, well, the moon's in Sagittarius today. Opposite all of this going on. So it's opposite of intuition. It's opposite of that knowing thing. This is kind of a surprise almost, because the moon is not there. But she's coming. Don't see I guess if anything does move off on the 11th, it will be more in the air-fire category than, I don't know, they're about equal. The moon, Saturn, and Neptune in water, and Venus, Jupiter, and Mercury in air. One on the feminine axis and the other group on the mutable axis. So yeah, it could go either way that day. Either way. At this point, it's just, I guess, a wait and see, huh? That's all we can do with life anyway. Wait and see. It's not. It's more of how we react to what's going on around us. It's your response. It's your reaction. And that's your emotions. How you respond to your emotions. How do you react to it? And that determines everything, really. All right. I guess that's about what I wanted to do in this video. And I got the Babylon video in the working as we speak. So expect that in the next day or two. Okie doke. Y'all know what to do. Commit your random acts of kindness. Lots of goody, feel-good stuff this week. At least through the first 2 weeks of the month. That it's all good. That I can see. But there's always that possibility of crazy over here. All right. Commit that random act of kindness. You have no idea how much it benefits you in the long run and in the big picture. And if my channel and my videos have helped you, won't you please help me keep them coming to you?